back, everybody, to another episode of AFC Northerners. This is episode number 53 for us, and starting to my right.
I'm the Bengals guy from LA. My name's Jeff Gowdy, filling in for Mark Herman. Glad to be here.
Excellent. Glad to have
Thank you for joining us. Last minute fill-in, too.
Yes, definitely. Dave Green, Browns guy.
Jan David Sutar, Ravens.
Chris Atkins, Steeler Nation.
And I know that you guys may realize that we're in a different space. The place we usually shoot at this week was occupied. I love those guys, but we needed to find another place. So this gentleman volunteered his living room. So we are literally in one of our living rooms, in your living room. We love it.
How cool was that?
All right, well, let's get this started here. Bengals, Browns. Browns took one on the chin. I called the score correct last week.
Good job on that, by the way.
Score. Even when you lose.
Even when you lose, you nailed it.
I'm damn good at this. That's the bottom line. Let's start with Cody Kessler. Cody Kessler was injured in the game, concussion. He went down halfway through the second quarter. We were trailing 3-7. Here's the play with the concussion, but the play actually is about Barnage and the shuffle pass that he catches. Barnage ends the game going 6 for 66 yards. No TDs, but it was nice to see a Barnage sighting. We continue on. Kessler, he ended the game 9 of 11 for 82 with no picks, no touchdowns. And how about Hogan? What do you think about that touchdown run?
He kind of really came out and caught Bengals by surprise. Got them with their pants down. That zone read, that zone blocking really slowed down our power on defense. 2 sacks for the game from our defense. Didn't feel like a dominant performance at all. You guys ran all over us. I mean, they gashed Bengals D. It's a win, but didn't look pretty.
You guys did one hell of a job on running on us. I know you got a couple of clips here you want to talk about. You guys just killed the left side of our defensive line, and I'll let you go ahead and talk about those.
Yeah, obviously Jeremy Hill had a huge day. We got 9 rushes, 9 carries for 169 yards and a TD. First off, want to talk about that huge run that Jeremy Hill had, 74-yard run. That's massive. Obviously, that kind of set the tone for the day. Following that, he had yet another large run, a 40-yard run from Jeremy Hill. And let's not forget Gio, the little guy. He ran in for a nice little touchdown and actually amassed 80 yards on 17 carries, grabbed a touchdown as well. So nice little bang.
Nice.
Helped out,
Pretty good average.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad.
What was the score? Did you guys call out the score?
31-17 Bengals victory.
31-17.
2 touchdowns.
And you nailed that.
I called that.
Freaking
Y'all can go back to
ridiculous.
last video and check that.
If we want to talk about AJ Green for a second, 8 for 169 with the touchdown. I know everybody saw that crazy juggle catch.
Yeah.
But did you see this unbelievable, nonchalant, one-handed catch on the sideline?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That dude makes it look good.
It's insane.
So if you take away that crazy, miraculous touchdown catch, we're talking about 24-17. Not the
That's still a
dominant
winnable game.
Not the dominant performance that
That's
I really
a
wanted to
one-score
see.
game, really.
I mean, no offense to the Browns, but that's a 0 wins team with their 18th quarterback. We should have smashed them. Where you at, Bengals D? That's what I'm looking at.
I really think that that's a tribute to Hugh Jackson and the way he coaches the players. He keeps them up throughout the whole game, whether we're losing or winning. There's just something about the team and the competitive nature about this team that says they just don't want to give. So that's what that's where I attribute that.
That win is out there.
Yeah.
That win is out there.
We'll discuss that win coming up here in like 10 minutes or so. But I'm going to end our segment with, I pointed out a couple of gentlemen that needed to have a game last week. The one gentleman did have a game. He had 3 tackles. That was Shelton. The other guy, he is up for Rookie of the Week nominee. It was Emmanuel Agba. He ended the game with 6 tackles, 2 sacks.
He was really on fire for that game.
And quite honestly, that's the 5th time this season we've put up a rookie for Rookie of the Year, or Rookie of the Week nominee. Just a little bit of Browns news just to wrap this up. We made a couple of moves. We picked up Joe Callahan, quarterback, Gabe Eichert, offensive lineman, and we released Darius Hillary, who is a DB, and Malcolm Johnson, fullback. They were dropped to make room. Tell us about how the Ravens.
All right.
Did you nail a draft pick?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's 2 people on this couch that won a championship, nailed a draft pick, and nailed the score to a game, the trifecta here in the past few months.
Oh, well. Absolutely.
Do you guys want to get a room? I mean, is that where we're at? Is like, we want to get a room?
I'm going to do the right thing in the honor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give the jersey over.
There's business to take care of.
The numbers, right there.
I hate you. I hate that you're giving me a fucking Ozzie Newsome jersey. I hate you so much.
And we appreciate 46 ring too.
Yeah. All right, guys. So moving on to Ravens. We lost to the Jets, 24-16. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be kind of a long one. I got a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the number 0. That was the number of trips to the red zone for the Ravens offense on Sunday. Number 6 was the total rushing yards for the Ravens. 6. Man, that's all.
As a Terrence West owner on fantasy football, you can die.
Oh my god! This is also the first time in team history that we didn't reach double figures in the category in a game ever. Now, here on this clip right here, you see the Jets' first touchdown. You can see both Zach Orr and Weddle completely mistackling Enunwa for the 69-yard TD, and honestly, that should never ever have happened, especially because the Ravens have allowed 3 passing touchdowns of 65 yards or more in the last 2 games. 3 in the last 2. There's also Tavon Young. Dude has had flashes of good stuff, but he seems to just have a hard time holding on to complete the tackle in a few times. Actually thinking about sending in one of my ex-girlfriends because that girl doesn't know how to let go of anything. This drop right here by Williams after the fumble recovery really hurt, but honestly, I can't really hate on the guy. I mean, he just needed better ball security, and I can't blame a guy for trying to make a play. I mean, he just can't do it. Now, I personally now have a theory that Zutah, Lewis, and Urschel are all secretly employed by Bill Belichick and the Illuminati to keep the Ravens from winning. That's real cute that you know how to do the hand motion.
And it's cute that you're speculating on nonsense.
I mean, the 49-yard run by Terrence West that was completely nullified by Alex Lewis is ridiculous. Like, that should never, ever have happened. Now, getting on to Flacco. On throws 10 yards or further downfield, Flacco was just 5 for 15, including 2 interceptions. All right, 2. Struggled when the Jets got pressure, completing just 22% under pressure. And he was better whenever he wasn't under pressure, when the O-line actually did their job, with 65.7. So he's not doing a great job out there. But before we completely throw him under the bus, I'm gonna throw some stuff out at you. We are a franchise record low in rushing yards. We have a league-high QB pressures allowed. We have the 2nd most drop passes in the league.
Damn, I can't wait to play you guys.
And finally, we are 2nd in players with the most games missed due to injury. So we can't, you honestly can't blame it all on Joe. I realize his paycheck makes him a really easy target, but he can't do it on his own. However, dude made some really shitty throws. All right. So the good stuff was is that Mike Wallace is my spirit animal. That catch in the first quarter for 53 yards is exactly what we need to see from every single wide receiver. Like, every single one. I'm looking at you, Brashad Perryman. The defense did a good job stopping Forte. Didn't get him all the time, but they did pretty well. I was also glad to see Matt Judon and Jernigan get those sacks. That was really fun to watch. Juice Check, played his heart out. Deserved the game ball to me. He really did. And the block kick at the end by Brandon Williams was probably the only time during the entire game that I actually stood up and cheered. My biggest takeaway from this game is one play in the second half, 1:59 remaining. It was a trick play to Anderson that completely just exploited every single weakness of the Ravens' D. Just everything. This is a 1-5 team, the Jets, that had so much confidence that they ran this play. And you think on that. I mean, that play of all the plays that I saw bothered me. The only other thing I've got as thoughts is that our kick return is way better than our punt return, with 28.5 yards per catch to 5.9 per catch. It's ridiculous, and I have no idea why we signed Devin Hester anymore. I don't get it.
Told you about that.
I got a similar.
Sorry, guys. I knew that was really long. I'm sorry. I just had a lot to talk
Similar
about.
qualm with the Bengals. I don't know who this Erickson guy is. We got no punt return game, so I commiserate with you on that.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Pittsburgh.
All right, so lost one 27-16 to the Pats. Brady is now 9-2 against Pittsburgh. We just can't figure this guy out. I mean, whether he's cheating or playing by the rules, we just can't figure him out. Only a couple good things came from this week's games. First and foremost, the Washington Prexies beat the hell out of Weddle's beard. in our fantasy football.
Dude,
one of the few bright spots.
He had to get back on the street.
Legitimately, it was horrible. I saw my score afterwards, and I was like, 90? Really? 90?
Does he have like 5 guys left?
No, and they just everybody got shut down, and that's the thing. I was literally looking at a thing on PFF today that there is no absolutely dominating football team in the NFL right now. Like nobody's great.
There's really not.
It's like this is not a good year for football.
Is anyone else undefeated?
Nah.
No, usually
the Eagles just took care of that by knocking out the Vikings.
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Right. Last year we had teams 8-0. I know the Bengals went 8-0. I'm not sure if anyone made it past that, but another episode. Okay, so for our defense, they actually played kind of well. I mean, we held Brady to 19 completions for 222 and 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty pedestrian day
for Brady.
For Brady,
That's
pretty
for
pedestrian
Brady.
day for Brady. It was also nice to see Robert Golden get back out there in the field. But damn, did he learn a lesson from Gronk. You should not have a 5'11 safety on, a 6'5 tight end. I would have much rather seen someone...
I mean, that's not even a fair, thing of David and Goliath at that point.
He needs a tandem. He needs a linebacker and a safety on him at all
Yeah,
times.
it really
I was just
does.
going to say, it's got to be a double
way to
coverage
cover
type of
The
thing.
guy's a stud, and to have someone who's not that much of a standout cover guy or that physical in Golden... he was set up for failure, and he failed. I would have much rather seen Sean Davis or someone like Mike Mitchell, who are both 6'6", by the way, and both will lay the lumber down on you if you try and come across the middle there, out there against Gronk. But, hey, what are you going to do? I mean, the guy's good. You can't match up with everybody. So he was our weakness here. We really missed Cam Hayward this week. It really pissed me off to see 2 consecutive weeks where the Steelers give up a 100-yard rusher. That's very rare for us. I mean, 200 yards last week to Jai. I don't even know how to pronounce his name anymore. And then 127, I believe, to, of all people, Garrett Blunt. He's one of the few people I
gotta say, as much as I fucking hate the Patriots, it was kind of cathartic watching Blunt just torture you guys.
Pissed me off.
It was a little cathartic.
It really pissed me off to say that.
Everybody else get along. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Food for thought here. Food for thought here on our defense.
Welcome to the show.
Food for thought on the defense. We have a league low 8 sacks through 7 games. That is totally uncharacteristic of a Pittsburgh defense. Yeah. I'm gonna flip the ball over to offense here. Bell's coming back with kind of a vengeance. I mean, he's making up for lost time. He had 31 touches and 150 yards from scrimmage. Right up his alley as far as those type of stats. I would have much rather seen this in a win, but he had a good game. He also had this catch here that you'll see for a first down. It was a 3rd and long play, I want to say, to set us up for the field goal at the end of the first half there. He was awesome. He had played a great game. Bones Jones was really not that bad. Really not that bad. You see this touchdown.
He's very not bad. That's what we're getting.
Yeah.
That's the official endorsement.
He did what he was
Landry Jones
did what he was requested to do. Yeah. Did what he was requested to do. He managed the game well.
Isn't that what you guys said, Les? He did what he was requested to do.
He did what he was requested to do.
He didn't make any huge, immediately lose the game.
He didn't.
He even had this awesome touchdown to Hayward Bay. Hayward Bay is really coming on as well. I mean, he's had 2 touchdowns in the past 2 games. However, those 2 games ended in loss both times. So, not sure what to say about that.
Yeah.
But the 2 guys that I'm really worried about here, this is very, very alarming for me, very indicative of what's going on. The outlaw Jesse James and Sammy Coates.
The outlaw Jesse James got locked up.
He's out of ammo. In our 3 losses this year.
Is it really surprising, though?
It kind of is. It's really sorry for him because Ladarius Green's just not getting back on the field. You want to be hot when a guy like Ladarius Green's getting back on the field. Don't take a back seat to him. In the in our 3 losses combined, Jesse James and Sammy Coates, 10 catches for 95 yards. 10 catches for 95 yards. However, the two combined against the Jets had 12 catches, 180 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Thank you. Because Heath Miller would have gotten that on his own.
Oh, Heath Miller. He would have got that. That's all I got.
All right, cool. We've got 2 games to preview, and then we're going to do something really cool at the back end of this. And let's get to the preview of the games, and then we'll get to the Colts chat.
So you're.
What do you got for
All
us,
right,
Bengals?
Bengals in London against the Redskins. Redskins had 4 wins in a row. They just lost a really close, tough one to the Lions. Josh Norman was practicing again today, so that's going to spell a little bit of trouble for Dalton. Dalton is currently at 139 attempts without a pick. That's 6 TDs in the last 4 games, no picks. So Josh Norman's really going to put that to the metal.
One thing about him is I believe he only plays one side of that defense.
Yeah, he does.
So just throw away from him. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the dumbest thing ever.
Right, and
Dumbest thing ever.
that's where guys like LaFell are coming in huge. He really filled in nicely. It'd be nice to see him kind of step up and really be that true number 2 that we kind of need, especially if Ivor comes back. That's going to help a ton. Whitworth is still watching practice from the sidelines. He went through the concussion protocol. Marvin's hopeful that he'll play. So obviously with that 9:30 kickoff time,
I don't think that bodes well for him.
we don't know what to expect out of that.
Yeah.
So we did get reunited with Hugh this past week in Cleveland.
Yes.
Nice to see him. We're going to go now and meet the guy that kind of sort of shaped and molded Andy Dalton in Jay Gruden with the Redskins. So Bengals need to win this game. Not only for just to help down the road, but to keep a leg up on the division. With everybody in the division getting a loss last week, the Bengals getting a win. Let's keep this train rolling. Let's get this D back to where it needs to be.
Yeah, let's get this D back where it needs to be.
Are you guys?
Defense.
Are you 3 and 4? It would be huge for you. It'd be huge for you to get back to 500 in this week.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then have your bye come up pretty soon. It could be a huge momentum shift.
Yeah,
And a win against a good team will really
That's
instill some
confidence.
confidence in these guys.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, your D has had a little incontinence lately.
Do you have any predictions?
No floppy, need to harden up.
This is. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about
I
that.
do have a prediction for this game, and it makes me nervous because Nugent had 2 missed field goals against the Browns.
Yeah.
This is one of those games that gets won by a field goal in the waning moments of the game, and I'm going to say 26-23 Bengals.
26-23 Bengals.
He
All
comes
right.
back and hits the 44-yarder that he missed last week.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so,
got faith. They're going to keep the confidence rolling.
So the Brownies don't have to go to London because we're not really a good team. And we get to play at home, which is pretty cool. We get to play the Jets. No, you can go fuck yourself. The city of Cleveland is on a
We
fucking
get to
damn
play at
break,
home,
and we get to
which
play
is
at home.
pretty
It's the
And you know
small
what?
victories.
I love it so much. Ah, my heart.
Hey, you're gonna hate me when the Browns beat the Jets this week, and you're
you know
sorry
what?
for getting to it.
There we go.
You know what?
There we
That's-
go.
But let's just start with some
fired.
notes. All right, the Jets, like we just said, they're coming off the win against the Ravens. Their defense had a pretty decent game. They had 2 picks. The players to watch on their defensive side is going to be Richardson and Stanford. Buster Screen is going to be the main
Buster
guy
Screen
right
was
there.
ridiculous.
He makes his return to Cleveland, so it's going to be really fun to watch that happen.
Looking at you, offense.
Offensively, Geno Smith started the game last week and tore his ACL. Fitzpatrick came back into the game, and I think that sets Brandon Marshall up really, really nice to have a really decent game. The one guy on their offense that does concern me is going to be Matt Forte. Forte has been running all over the motherfuckers
You guys
all
like
season long.
if you watch
And-
what happened with the Forte game with in Forte with us, like we were able to really like kind of get him because we allowed that pocket to collapse around him. It really depends on whether or not you guys step up there for that. Because Forte is explosive
I
whenever you
think
let
that's
him out.
going to come right down to the middle of our defensive line with Shelton, and we're going to be looking at Agba again to be making some plays, and watch for Demario Davis to step up. Yeah, pretty much that's what's going to happen defensively. Offensively, oh, jeez.
I think it's called points. I think you need to get points.
Points don't seem to be an issue. We're just not getting enough of them.
Yeah.
I actually think
Is that
that
not an issue?
I think the Browns are going to get a win this week. I think we get off the schneid. I think if you look back, the last time we started a season off 0-7, we got our win week 8
When was
in
that?
the Superdome, 99. It was our first year
That's
back.
why I
in
love
the
this
league.
guy. He just
so
knows
yeah,
everything.
I'm going to call this, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game based upon results that we've seen. And I'm going to say it's going to be Browns 21, New York Jets 17.
I don't even know if the Google knows that. Like
Like
literally, we have no
legitimately.
stats. Google doesn't even
We're
have
starting Hogan.
This is why he's
We're
on
going
the
to
show.
start Hogan this week. Kessler still hasn't cleared the concussion protocol. Watch out for Macondo. He's practicing. We're waiting to get an idea as to whether or not he's going to be good to go. But I seriously think we're going to get Hogan. All right.
Awesome.
All right. So
Okay,
let's,
so we're
let's
gonna do
get
something
this.
new. This is our Reddit mailbag speed round. It's our 2-minute warning. So basically, we have 2 minutes to answer as many questions that we were given from all 4 subreddits.
And we've been warned.
And we have been warned. So, starting now, number 1 is how confident are Steelers and Bengals fans that their team will win the division and get a wild card spot? Go.
I'm incredibly not optimistic because the defense isn't what it needs to be. The defense, it used to carry us when we had weak moments. We used to smash them. We used to crush them into the ground. And now we had 2 sacks this past game. Haven't had much luck wrestling passion.
Moving on to Steelers.
4-3, 3-4, still preseason, and these guys are shit. Someone has to win this division. Someone has to do it.
Yeah.
I would prefer it to be us. I think one way or another we do get in. Steelers get in. I see us winning this
Okay,
division.
spit it up. What are the chances the Ravens have a bad season? They actually go after wide receiver in the draft, or if they go to free agency again? They're not going to go after wide receiver in the draft. If they do, I'll be really, really surprised. I think it's more offensive line because that's what are really. I mean, they say they don't go after need, best player available, but let's be fucking real. Number 3, how do we feel about the Bengals' chances to get hot with a weak second half schedule with help on their side?
It's going to help. Obviously, we got Perfect back.
Okay.
Obviously, we've got people finding their place on the team, like LaVelle.
Yeah.
Running game's finding a home. Offensive line got past their struggles. Just need the defense to step it up.
Cool.
It's easier
All
from
right,
here. I mean, you guys got to pick it up.
Number 4, does Andy Dalton wipe front to back or back to front?
Yeah, he's a front-to-back kind of guy.
Yeah, I think he's hygienic. His eyes are green. If they were the other way, it'd be brown. Okay, so who was the best short-term and long-term outlook in the division?
I think we got the best long-term outlook.
You know, long-term outlook, like right now it's looking that, because I used to be able to say that about the Ravens. Right now, the way that our draft picks have been shaping out, I can't really say that. I would say short-term, it's got to be Steelers.
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
Got a good-looking team.
Once these injuries kind of work themselves out, I think we're going to be a different team.
Cool. What prediction? Why has the division fallen off a bit this year?
Everyone else is getting better. Shit.
Every team's getting better.
Yeah.
There's injuries.
It's
Poor
injuries.
officiating.
Injuries is the biggest thing. And what was the Cardinals one?
How do each of us feel about our team halfway through the season? This is Dr. Spangle.
Yeah.
Dr. Spangle, who's a Cardinals fan, so hey, welcome to the show. Had the question, how do we feel about our teams halfway through the season, and what do we think our postseason aspirations are? You want to start down that end?
Man, I don't even Okay.
Can't touch on it enough. And overall, the division, why it seems like we're taking a step back, it's defense. In this division, it's been known for hard, smash-mouth football. Defense has got to step it up. That's really it.
Yep.
Right. What about you,
Brownie?
Oh, jeez. I'd like to ask the question again. Jesus.
How do we feel about our team halfway through the season? What are your postseason?
I'm very happy. I'm not happy with the win-loss record. I'm happy with the progress.
If you were, that'd be really depressing.
I think the progress is good.
I would say that halfway through the season, I mean, it's injuries for us. I do like the fact that we've got the bye here, so we have a little bit of time to like recoup. Maybe even, man, the beer's giving me hiccups. May have a time to even see if Ronnie Stanley returns. The last report was that he was still not at 100%. So, I mean, right now, prognosis, like, God. I mean, if I had to make a prediction, 8-8.
We've already got 3 losses. That kind of worries me a little bit. Luckily for us, we're still ahead in this division, so I do think we're going to get into the playoffs. But, I mean, we've got 2 more against the Ravens. We've got 1 more against the Bengals.
Yep.
We can lose 2 of those games. I mean, at 11-5, that gets us in, but it's really not that impressive going into the postseason. We can get our asses beat if this is the kind of football we're playing in January.
Just remember, the Ravens swept you twice last year with all the injuries.
You're going to see a new Bengals
I cannot
team.
wait to play. I can't
We're going to play a different Bengals team. We got Eifert. We got Perfect back.
Looking at you, Jack Lambert's
Different
balls.
game. It's going to be a good game next time.
Give
we
us
play
our new
each other.
subscriber.
Me and Jack's balls will be swinging our towels together here.
All right, guys. We
We'll
got
subscribe.
to So we want to thank send a shout out to our newest subscribers, Bird Cannon 5214 on YouTube, DNHSOJ. Mrs. Amanda is the best, and Danny Acosta. I want to say thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you want to send us your mailbag question, you can send it right here, AFCNortherners@gmail.com with the subject line of mailbag. If you send us a video, we'll also put you on the air. We haven't anybody really.
No one sent the videos yet.
No one sent the videos. What's up with you?
Send a video.
What's up with you millennials? Snapchatting all day, can't send me a video. Anyway, guys, make sure you check us out on Reddit, on YouTube, on Twitter at AFC Northerners, on our Facebook page as well. We're going to be back here next week, episode number 54.
54, and let's sign off the way we always do, gentlemen.
With Fuck the Patriots.
All right, fuck the Patriots.
Thank you, guys.
Come on,
Yes, fuck the
Do it
Patriots.
yourself.
Right.
Do it yourself. I'm also an Eagles fan, so I got
Rookies.
double reason.
Rookies.
Fuck the Patriots.
There you go.
There we
There you
go.
go.
All right.
All right, guys. Bye.
Throughout the season. Second and goal. Forte slithers. And then the Ravens are there. Ravens come away with the football. Baltimore has got it with Timmy Jernigan. He fumbles it.